The country's runaway house price growth appears to be taking a breather, with many towns and cities recording price falls over the past quarter. The number of first home buyers getting onto the property market has also dropped. Joining me now is QV National spokesperson Andrea Rush. Andrea, some of these figures show a bit of a continuation of that downward, that slowing that we saw last time.
That's right. So the latest QV House Price Index figures showing that the nationwide values are up 13.5% year on year.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, and 1.1% over the past 3 months. But the Auckland market, well, it's up 12.8% year on year. It's down by 0.7% over the past 3 months, as is the Hamilton market and the Christchurch market.
Okay, now how rare is this? Have we seen some of those big markets down over 3 months before?
Well, interestingly, the Auckland market was showing a similar trend this time last year. It's easy for people to forget, but when they bought in the 30% LVR in late 2015, the Auckland market actually went backwards during the same 3-4 month period from December right through till March, and then it picked up again in April. So we're seeing a similar trend there, but of course the latest round of LVRs are across the country, the 40% deposit requirement. So it's hit the Hamilton market as well, also the Christchurch market, the Auckland market, parts of the Auckland market. But the Tauranga market is still going upwards, but the rate of growth there is slowed. But then Wellington and Dunedin still buoyant. In fact, Wellington is accelerating still.
Okay, it's a bit of an exception there, but some of those other big markets, they have gone backwards over 3 months. 0.7%. Is that big? Is that a significant change over 3 months? How do you feel about that sort of change?
Well, it's interesting because it's not all parts of the Auckland market. We're seeing Auckland City Central values still up, those central suburbs, apart from the Auckland Central South suburbs, like Onehunga, that kind of area, maybe down a little. But then Waitakere City is down, North Shore City is down, and parts of Manukau are down. So it's not across the board. We're seeing value growth on Waiheke Island, very strong, and also value growth in Rodney and Franklin. And then if you look north of Auckland, values going great guns in Northland, Kaipara and the far north, and then south of Auckland it's strong as well. So it's a mixed picture, but we've got to remember that we saw the same thing this time last year following those LVRs.
Okay, now it's the first day of March, it's the first day of autumn. Would you start expecting things to pick up now, or is this still the same lag as we saw last year?
Well, we definitely saw activity pick up in February, March last year. Sales volumes picked up in February and March last year, as they do annually.
Have they this year? Sales volumes, last time we spoke, were down.
We haven't got the February figures out yet, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens during February and March. And also, what's interesting, the Auckland market, is there's been a surge of listings come onto the market. So there's a lot of property for sale, whereas this time last year there was fewer properties. So there's lots of factors at play. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months.
Fine balancing act, obviously more listings, greater choice if you want to get into the market, but could that mean we're at some sort of, people perceive it to be a bit of a top of the market, they want to get out, maximise their returns?
Yes, it's possible. I mean, there are different factors at play here. We've got a larger LVR, 40% LVR, and we've also got those balancing figures of strong net migration and relatively low interest rates, but maybe edging up. So yes, people are questioning, people aren't sure where prices are going to go. Investors still taking a bit of a wait and see attitude in the Auckland market, but we have heard some people are out looking for bargains, hearing that values have dropped back. So yeah, it's a mixed picture, and no one really knows exactly what's going to happen.
So we need 1 more month to really see what the trend is doing. Some of those messages we have heard before, but let's look to next month's figures to really see if it's a trend or not.
That's right.
Andrea Rush, thank you.
Thanks, Trisham.